you got some free time. How would you, and you want to like spread good news, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be religious, but you just want to like put a smile or do a good deed. How would you do it? I will provide an example. I was listening to the radio, and there's this couple that they sit in the park and pour people a cup of coffee and talk about God, and also like give them tools to prevent or seek help if they feel suicidal. And so like that is their way of evangelizing and also getting to know people more, because one thing that is increasing suicide is loneliness, even though we have all this technology to not be lonely. So I was thinking for me, I probably like sit at the park for like an hour or so and pass out little sticky notes with like some type of compliment. And the reason why I said that is because one year, this was probably like 3 years ago, I put sticky notes in Halloween Easter goodie bags, and Tina told me that she took that sticky note and put it on her mirror and look at it every day. I didn't know something so small
impact somebody so much.
Yeah, so I like that feeling, and it's just a way to like reconnect and show kindness. But the question goes back to you: what would you do?
What would I do? I kind of want to hint on one thing that you mentioned in that example. You said the person felt like lonely, even though you got all these like social media outlets to be more social.
Yeah.
I was kind of feeling that way in a way. Well, not like lonely, but sometimes you get that feeling where you don't want to bother somebody,
Right.
or you don't want to impede on somebody's space. So usually text messaging kind of replace the need to talk to somebody, right? And it's always awkward when you want to end the conversation, but you don't know how to. But it always ends up happening.
Right.
But with text messages, you don't have to experience that awkwardness of how to end a conversation. Almost like being at somebody's house. You don't want to overstay your welcome at the same time. And you don't know if you say, oh, I'm about to head out. You don't know if the people who invited you is going to be like, oh, no, stay a little bit longer. Or if they're going to be like, oh, all right, I'm happy for you to go, you know? And then that, in turn, could kind of have an impact on you revisiting, right? Same thing, so it's like, if you could avoid all of that entirely, you might choose that route. And avoiding that could just be a text message. Probably why people don't call as much. But a lot of times you don't want to waste people. People think their time could be easily wasted, but a lot of time their time is just freely given to things that they choose, you know? But what would I do? I would do things more like, if I like was well off, I think I'm more like the personality to do like pranks, or not pranks, but like situations where I set you up and like man, thanks for that information. Here's $1,000 or something like that. Or here's,
that would be so cool.
yeah, that's the type of stuff I would do. Like, you know, talk to random people and be like, you know what? You never got this just for being who you are, huh? Boom, you can't never say you did.
Oh, wow.
That's the type of stuff I'd be into.
That would be so cool. Now my question would be to you next is, would you interview or keep those moments private? Kind of like a camera crew in the back and let them know?
If I'm doing that with a camera crew in the back, that's more for like a publicity thing.
Okay.
Like I want people to see it.
Okay.
Either that or it's for my personal thing, so I could look back at what I used to do.
Okay.
And be like, huh, okay, I used to do that. But if I'm doing that more like a publicity thing, that's me trying to get notoriety or get known for doing something. I'd be like, you know me for doing this.
Okay.
But if I'm well off, I kind of just want to see people, you know.
Okay, yeah,
in that
that'd be cool.
situation.
I can see the situation. Let's say my car broke down, but it really didn't break down, and then someone comes and helps me, and like waits for me to get AAA. Like,
It's like, hey, here you go, $10,000.
yeah, that'd be cool. I like that.
They encourage people to do more stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, I just love us. That's really cool. I feel like it's, I don't know, just those simple ripples make a really big impact. And sometimes we just don't understand or don't really comprehend how that small act of kindness can overflow for generations. Like it's kind of like, I guess, hard to comprehend. But like even a smile, I remember during COVID, like us just going for a walk, like or me going alone, I was trying to smile with people and they would like run across the street.
But that's media programming. Then.
I know. It just kind of hurts.
But it would be cool to see more fruit trees, like random fruit trees on everywhere.
I agree.
I wonder, is that like a type of thought? Is that just to like know that they're there, even though you're not indulging in them? I think that's probably why there's not a whole bunch of fruit trees. It's because we know we wouldn't indulge in them, and the things that would indulge is like little critters and stuff. Probably encourage more wildlife, squirrels, bigger squirrels.
We definitely need more. What is it? The word vegetation. Are those lavender?
Not possible. That's just what I thought. Can't wait to do like a picnic or something.
Oh
This
yeah.
would be a cool little spot to do a picnic at.
Nice. It'd be cool if our community had like some talent shows.
I'm pretty sure they do. They probably do. I think you gotta like be involved in the community. Ain't that crazy? Like involved in the community, you know?
Yeah.
I always wonder like what does that mean? People say get involved with your community. Does that mean like looking in the paper and finding out what's going on locally?
Yeah, volunteering.
Volunteering. That always sounds dumb to me. Just personally, just because I thought like giving your time away and you're not getting paid. That probably sounds dumb to the average person. But at the same time, it depends on what you're really volunteering to do. You know, if you're really passionate about it. But the strange thing about like America is like anything you could volunteer for, you could find a way to get paid for it.
Yeah, that is true. However, I don't want to say brainwashed, but highly taught that volunteering is the way because you're showing dedication even though you're not getting paid. So
You're right, because I remember I had a family member who told me that he would look past the person's work experience just to see what volunteer work they did. I was like, what? But it's funny, it's so crazy how it's like most of the steps that people are taking from like childhood to like adulthood is like trying to get a job or that job or the job. You ever like pay attention to how much like our life is like wrapped around a job, a way to make money? Like if you take away the ability to make money or the means for money, you kind of take away somebody's identity in a way.
you do. And to go with what you said, to piggyback on that, you also have to think about the standard narrative that if you do have a job, you most likely hate it. And everyone has that, I guess, like that common interest or that common lifestyle where they vent about it. Like you hear a lot of people talk about it, like, oh, I hate my job, and it's not. But we're on this, when I say we, I'm talking about the general people, are on this continual cycle of trying to find the perfect job.
But then it's like the ones that you want or the coolest ones are like the hardest to get. But it's so many jobs that you'll never even like hear about because they're just not broadcasted. Like the ones in school, like the ones in school, the main ones in school: doctor, lawyer, engineer, scientist, that type of stuff. It's all about money. But if the world just only has doctors, engineers, scientists, who's gonna take the trash out? You know. So
This is so random, but I've seen this on Facebook. If you do have a garden, you want to do this so you can get direct contact with the roots. So I was thinking about that when we do expand our garden or get like a different type of garden. Hit the little cups and they be straight to the roots. So that's why those were there. I just seen that the other day on Facebook.
I honestly thought that those were like just holes to help squirrels and biodiversity.
Right, you wouldn't think too much of it. I would have overlooked it if I didn't see that video.
I'm pretty sure that's multi-purposeful.
Yeah.
Has more than one use. But back to like the careers, like when you meet somebody or meet somebody, it's like, oh, so what do you do for a living? Like, oh, I'm a firefighter. Oh, you're a firefighter. So it's like, that's what you are. Like, I am this. This is what I do. But take away the money, is this still what I do? You know?
Oh.
Right? So it's like, are you a like, I don't know. Are you a lawyer if there's no paycheck involved?
Right, and then also you have to remember, people ask those questions because they want to level or create how much respect they should give you.
That's true. But if you don't have a job, it's assumed that you're not making money, you're not doing good for yourself, or it could be a long list of things, X, Y, down to Z, all the way to 1, 2, 3. They could just assume. But back to those other jobs that they're mainly in school, it makes you think, like, if everybody in school wants to get a job like a doctor, lawyer, or a high-paying job, what's left to those people who fail? Is it just the people who fail make the rest of the world go on? Like the people who fail those science tests, are they just the garbage men of the world? Are they the cashiers? So are like we depending on them to fail? So they could say that they do this for a living. Always something you have to do for a living, you know? Wow.
Yeah, going to what you're saying, where a lot of the good jobs or interesting jobs are not highlighted. I forgot the name of this occupation. However, the people that professionally make sounds for movies, once again, sounds for movies, they actually go to school for that. And I'm just like, what? Making sounds? You can get a career in making just sounds for movies and animations? Yes. I wish I knew the name of that occupation, but stuff like that.
But yeah, that is like a branch of like music sound engineering. So it's wild how that is a thing. But when you go to like different parts of like even when you're in a city, it's gonna have different education, different opportunities. So on one side you might see opportunity to be like a firefighter or somewhere, and then you go to another part of town, they give you the option to be like a lawyer, right? College on one side of the town, no college on the other side. So it's like you gotta go and be on this side to get these opportunities. So if you're born on this side where there's no opportunities, you kind of gotta either stay there where it's none or go to where it's some. But when you see people who look like you that don't get opportunities, you kind of think it's probably normal to not get opportunities.
Yeah, that is true.